only God who is dependent on us to do everything necessary, whom our Lord Queen said it's okay for you to be the king, we want it back. And they kicked out Lord Ra. But Ra had already figured out they're setting me up. So he said, who can I trust? The administration of the kingdom and my money. Who can I trust? So Lord Ra took the administration of the kingdom, removed it from the Shetu. Now this is before the rebellion, and he said, you know what? There are a couple of priests I can trust. These priests were known as, correct, the term then was Terra, we now call it Pharaoh. Oops. The Pharaoh. They were entrusted with the administration of the kingdom. The money he gave to his children. All of my offspring, you hold the money, you control the money, it'll be okay, the Shetu lizards won't get it. Ra, in becoming the one and only God, the one and only Father, was known as Ra-Ka, which literally means Father Essence, the ultimate Father. In approximately 6,000 BC, Ra turned over the money to Ka. Suffix M means of, offspring, the children of. However, Ka'am eventually became Kam, but Kam was an ancient word for shield. Okay? Now, I want you to watch this. It's a coincidence. The administration of the empire was turned over to the Ra-Ka Pareda, or the Ra-Ka pharaohs, and the wealth of the empire was given to the Ra-Khan, or the Ra's shield. In 6000 BC, the two most influential groups, the power groups, were the Ra-Ka pharaohs and the Ra's shields. It's funny, but it ought to scare the hell out of you. Could this be Ra-Ka pharaohs and Ra shields in control of the money and the administration of the empire in 6,000 BC, 8,000 years ago? And isn't it a coincidence that we now have Rockefellers and Ra shields? Is that possible, Robert? I don't know. You check it out. All right. Let's try a couple more things on you here. Let's begin to develop who the Shetu are. The Shetu undid Ra. And in fact, they went after the Ra-Ka pharaohs and they went after the Ra shields and they reprogrammed most of them. Some of the Ra-Ka pharaohs and some of the Ra shields said, yo, dude, do them. I'll do anything you want. You leave me just my money and leave me alone. Some of them sold out. Now, Shetu became the government, the administrative government for the reptilians. Okay, the reptilian queens. Would it surprise you if Shetu, the Shetu government, is the root of the term shadow or the shadow government? Okay? Who are the Shetu? They were stone masons. But did you know that the secondary interpretation of Shetu is free? Remember, they had free hand, free liberty. They were the free Masons. Now, coincidence. How many presidents, how many queens, how many influential societies throughout mankind's history are all members of the Freemasons? Even if there's only 2 that aren't. Curiously, the Chateau were the first Freemasons. Now, but who are these little lizard dudes? What if I told you that further interpretations of the word Chateau literally means to seize or to abduct. Now, try to imagine this. Little lizard hybrids. Take a lizard, put it on its hind legs. Very thin body. Long, thin arms and legs. But a dinosaur head, they seize, they abduct, they take you in, they reprogram you. They're the shadow government. They're everywhere you turn around. And you know what they look like? I am going to suggest to you, we are where we are because of these guys. They were the original Freemasons. They're the original shadow government. They're the ones that reprogram. They're the ones that abduct. They're the ones that seize. And I am really sorry, but when I hear stories about abductions by grays, and it's all for some benevolent experiment to create some wondrous star being in the future, I'm sorry, that's a crock. That's the party line. You're supposed to believe that abductions are good. You're supposed to believe that going into the tunnel is good. Doesn't it bother you that everybody says, go into the light? But you know what? I'm going to stand in front of you and I'm going to say, don't go into that damn light. When you go in that tunnel and you see that damn light, here's a suggestion. Turn around. Look out here. Because you don't have to go in there. You can go out there. And you know what's out there? The universe. And galaxies. And there's another light out there. You know what that light is? You. That's your light. That's the light you go into, man. It's your renegade, reject, bunk-loving light. And if I'm wrong, turn around. Go back into the light. Because if it is wondrous, if it is love, if it is benevolent, damn it, you'll still be there. Sir.
Anybody that has read all these abduction stories, isn't it unusual that benevolent is wonderful it's supposed to be, even though it's supposed to scare them, frightened to death? If they control their mind, or they can't move and can't do anything, they're paralyzed. Wouldn't it be appropriate if they could have a band surrounded with pink love and just yell into it?
Bingo. Look, if these guys are benevolent, why don't they just show up in Central Square and say, guys, we're here to help you. If they are on our side and they want to guide us away from our own atomic destruction, why don't they just show up and say, guys, you're screwing up. If they're benevolent, they're gonna be here. But why are they always behind the scenes? Why, even in Whitley Strieber's book, Communion, why when he's being abducted, he says, I know it's love, I know it's light, I know it's wonderful, I know if it's for our benefit, why am I so scared? Because it's a crock. Because they don't want you to know the truth. Because you're being programmed in schools, you're being programmed in churches, you're being programmed everywhere. Go into the damn light. Love and light and wonder and peace. I absolutely agree with you. I love it. But you know what? You're not going to achieve love and light and peace until you realize what they're selling. They're selling obedience to the light. Screw it. I'm going to suggest to you, your light. One grand and harmonious universe. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Screw it. I don't want want one grand harmonious universe. Because that implies you and I and everybody, we got to think alike, we got to look alike, we got to do the same thing, we got to like the same thing. And so you know what? I don't want one harmonious universe. I want one universe for every single person in this room and anybody who wants one. I want billions and billions and billions of universes. You do whatever you want in your universe, because I'm going to do the same. And once in a while we're going to get together, we're going to dance, we're going to power. And then when it's over, I'm going home. I don't want one harmonious universe. I understand the premise, but it doesn't allow for an individual. So, I am the anathema of the New Age love and righteousness and brotherhood. You're not going to achieve... Look, if the light worked, and this is my opinion, I am sorry, my opinion, but if the light worked, if pure, innocent love worked, why are babes, infants, suffering these horrendous abuses? Why are the first ones that get hurt the children? Why do nuns and priests wrapped in love and light, unconditional love and light, why are they the first ones killed on the front lines? If love and light worked, you could wrap yourself in the love, you could walk across the freeway over here and you wouldn't be touched. Well, here's the secret, guys. Light is simply sun. Prince Aya said, wrap yourself not in light, in enlightenment. The way to get across that freeway is to learn about cars and trucks and brakes in the traffic and wait for the stop sign, wait for it to say walk, and then you go. Because if you wrap yourself in this blind light and take a step, your ass is mush. Awareness, enlightenment, wisdom and knowledge. If wrapping yourself in the light would work, you could plop yourself down in a rattlesnake cage in a den and you never get bit. Sorry. Smart thing to do is to know which snake you can sleep next to. Don't be judgmental. I'm sorry. Judgmental means making a decision. And until you make a decision, you're not going to take control of your life. Now, here's going to piss some of you off. Some more? More. Don't go into the light. It's true. Go after your light. Make judgments. Trust your gut. It's okay to get pissed, and it's okay to hate. It is a valid emotion. It's okay to go, yuck, shit, I'm going this way. That's their universe. This is mine. My judgment, my gut says, I gotta do this. There is an experiment called free will, and it depends upon rejects. It depends upon renegades who are willing to follow their passion and say, screw it, it's a judgment call, I'm being judgmental. Screw Clinton, I don't care how nice he is, I'm going over here. On the other hand, of allegiance to Clinton, she'll have a job in civil service, and he'll never be a disgruntled postman. Am I making sense here? I'm asking you to make judgments. I'm asking you to trust your gut. What I am hoping happens here is you go, I remember that. I knew this. It's in your gut and it's been churning. But if this is a crock, when I'm saying it's a crock and I'm the Antichrist, hey, go for it. I'm sitting here telling you I'm on Prince Aya's side. I'm on the side of Da'aya Ba'el. I suppose that makes me diabolic. I like to bump, and I like to break rules, and I don't mind screwing the government. As a matter of fact, I'm going to recommend ripping off a bank. Wouldn't that be great? Tell me you haven't thought about pulling a bank down. Lie to me and tell me you haven't thought, wouldn't that be great? Guys, you're just like me. We're rejects.